Hey there guys, it's DMO73 bringing you a deck profile from the feature match this past Wednesday. This is the blue-green Christie Helsing Elves combination that our buddy Brandon came up with that we wanted to run for you. So just to go over the ruler real quick, Christie the wind tracker, J-activate is 2 green, 2 colorless to flip unless your opponent controls the vampire, and then she costs 0. You can activate and tap her to draw a card if you have exactly 5 cards in your hand. It's pretty interesting. It helps you kind of recover stuff or maintain presence based on once you get your mana out of the way, but it's not really why you play Christie. You play Christie because of Helsing. Her enter ability is target non-human. You just target it, it loses all abilities until the end of the turn, and at the end of the turn you kill it. Kills Dracula, kills pretty much any other ruler, as long as it can be targeted and you can make it into not a human. Helsing can kill it, plus she's a 1000/1000, so that's pretty awesome too. And she's an elf, so she can get bumped up by Fina, which we'll talk about later. So despite my misplay during the match, this is a really good card. It's a really good kind of response to J-activates from your opponent, because they bring out their ruler and then you immediately respond on your turn with your ruler and just kill it. So really good card. So moving on to the stone lineup. This is a blue-green deck, so we run 4 magic stones of Deep Woods. Pretty self-explanatory. You just want to always have green, and then you can use these to also splash in the blue. And then Moojdart, the fantasy stone, just because this helps you make things vampires, as you saw in the match, or dragons, or stuff like that. You can convert things and then pop them with your spot removal from your abilities from your cards. So Moojdart's really good for that. And then just the rest of the stones are just basic wind stones, because you always want to hit stuff with Gretel. And so this way you only have a 1 out of 10 chance with Gretel to not hit a stone and get mana plus. Let's go ahead and jump right into monsters. We run blue for a draw engine, and for Moojdart, so we might as well play 4 Cheshire Cats. We talked about this before. It's a draw, it's a chump block. It's pretty standard in blue, pretty useful. Much in the same vein, we want to ramp, so we run 4 Gretels. Helps you get out a small body, something for you to put Dragonslayer on, and it helps you ramp up your mana faster for bigger plays. A couple of Glindas for making things unblockable to swing in for that extra damage, as well as the spell cancellation element. Our buddy Brandon really likes to play kind of a counter kind of mechanic, so he plays the extra Glindas to also force his opponent to spend more mana in order to make plays. And then just 2 Gardea for right now. This is pretty much primarily only to help you top deck Moojdart. So you want to try and play it as early as possible, stack the Moojdart, so then you can use it every single turn to convert something to a dragon or a vampire or something like that in order to make use of the spot removal that the deck has. And then the elf package, for right now anyway, is 4 Elvish Exorcist. It's a 2-drop 5/5, so that's a pretty solid body, and when it enters, it kills a vampire. So if you have Moojdart, just make something a vampire. Free +1, because you just remove it just by Elvish Exorcist hitting the board, and then you get a body afterwards. So that's pretty awesome. And then the rest of the elves are just 4 Fina the Silver player. Fina makes it so that if Helsing is your ruler or Christie is your ruler, you get to remove all the symbol skills from your opponent, so no flying, no swiftness, no target attack, all of that stuff goes away, and gives all of the elves on your side of the board +400/+400. That includes Christie and Helsing, because they are technically elves, and they'll get that bonus. So if you have multiple Finas on board, your elves can get really big. So that's pretty good there. Moving on to the spell lineup. For consistency's sake, we run 4 silver bullets. Because the J-ruler/ruler is Christie Helsing, it only costs 1 green, and it searches for any green resonator in the deck. That's really good, a 1-drop that lets you search for any card in the deck, because all the resonators except for Cheshire Cat are green, so you can just search for anything you need just off this 1 card. Then the spot removal comes in the form of, one of them is the 3 Dragonslayers, 2-drop addition, enter, kill target dragon. as well as preventing damage to the Resonator that it's equipped with. So you can do some ramming plays to get some extra damage onto something, protect the Resonator for a little bit of extra time, all kinds of stuff, and it's just free spot removal provided you have Moojdart. 3 Evolutions of Limits is kind of the instant reaction card of this deck, just to give something that extra 600/600 to either survive an attack, kill something, swing in for game if you're unblocked, or even if you are blocked. 600 kind of comes out of nowhere, and it's 600 for both attack and defense, so that can make a big difference when you're trying to trade with your opponent. And then the spell negation stuff, we have 4 Absolute Cake Zones, just quick cancel a spell, draw a card. Again, it's more recycling and it's more that counter element that our buddy Brandon really likes to play. 3 Z's, the Ancient Magic, primarily for the canceling of summon spells, but it does make use of the like plus 200, 200s with all the not so big monsters that this deck uses. So it's pretty important, and again, canceling things is always helpful. And then just to pile on the hurt, it runs 2 Law of Silence just to be able to say no, you can't have a turn. So that's just kind of an extra attack in there for pretty much being able to shut down his opponent multiple different ways, like all the different ways possible. And then because he doesn't really like running Feasting, because Feasting only does spells, he runs a Cowrie of Swallows, just to be able to have that kind of instant hexproof ability without having to necessarily run a Feasting. So yeah, that's the last card of the deck. As I said, that's the blue-green Helsing Christie deck that our buddy Brandon came up with. There's a link down in the description below to take you to that match if you want to see kind of how the deck does despite our silly misplays. And then don't forget that when this channel reaches 150 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away a box of product. It's going to be either Castle of 2 Towers, or 2 Towers in the Castle of Heaven, or Moon Priestess Returns, and that'll be by choice of whoever wins. So go ahead, like, comment, share, and subscribe it out so we can get that happening. And check back in next Wednesday when we'll have another feature match for you. As always guys, this is DMO73 signing off.